welcome to this edition of The Stretcher. Now, I'm your host, Jesse Swear, nationally recognized inclusive fitness trainer, Silver Sneaker Flex instructor, and you can find out more about me. Visit my website at www.jesseswear.com. And now, when I say The Stretcher, today what I'm going to be showing you is I'm going to be showing you 4 postural exercises that work scapula retraction. All right, because I know that a lot of us sit at home, and what happens is we round those shoulders, we get weak back muscles, we get a tight chest, we get overused and weak neck muscles, and then those traps get tight as well because those traps are trying to pull us up into a proper alignment and proper posture. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on the postural side, which is the back, and demonstrating the visual aspect of all those scapular exercises without me facing you. So I'm going to be facing the opposite direction and showing you 4 different exercises that you can try to include in a daily routine. And if you do it, what it's going to do is going to help you with some anti-aging effects of maintaining that range of motion. And when you want to do that, and you want to work through all those additional functional aspects of exercise and all those different movement and planes of movement. So before we get started, again, it's a light class, it's an easy class. We got Lincoln, we got Bentley, and we got 5 things I need to go over before we get started. And that is, if you have any lightheadedness, pain, dizziness, discomfort, or fatigue, hit that pause, come back a little bit later. The other thing is that virtual 5, you should always consult with your physician before engaging in any physical activity program. By participating in this online exercise with me, you assume all dangers, hazards, risks of such participation. Exercises demonstrated by the instructor in this online class can be demanding. If you're unable to safely perform these exercises, please modify them or choose a different set of exercises. Number 2, I can't see you, I can't hear, so please pay attention to your form, pay attention to mechanics. Lengthen and elongate that spine, tuck the belly, tuck the tailbone. Again, I know I'm on the edge of an ottoman down here in my living room, so it's going to be a little different as I demonstrate these exercises with you. 3, breathe, inhale, exhale. You can do this in the standing position or the seated position. Recommend it more to do it in the seated position because it's just recommended that way by me, and I'm demonstrating it in the seated position. 4, pay attention to rate of proceed exertion, 1 through 3 on this scale, 3 being the high, 2 being the middle, 1 being the low. Again, it's going to be really light, and then 1, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So the first exercise I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you an extension with some scapula retraction with a descending movement. So I'm going to turn from you. So my back, clearly you're going to be watching me. You're going to be doing this exercise is watching me, but my back is going to be to you. Is I'm going to just extend those hands above my head, and then I'm just going to drop those elbows down into the rib cage, right through here. But I'm aiming for the back of the rib cage. So I'm not aiming for the front of the rib cage. I'm aiming for the back side, the postural side of my rib cage. So you're up, and then you're just squeezing down. So as you go up, you're kind of just releasing the scapula, extending them high, and then just driving those elbows down and in. So you're coming in and down, or down and in. That's the natural flow of your lateral muscles, your lats. Up and down, and just drop it and pull through. So that's your motion, right? And from this motion, I'm going to take you into the next motion. You got it. Driving down, and driving down. Awesome job. Rest and get some hydration. That's the first exercise. I'm going to show you number 2. That's going to really help posturally, taking some of that tension off the traps, helping with the scapula, strengthening the back, reducing the concave and the tightness of the chest, and again, working on that range of motion. Number 2, for that scapula in the postural position. Again, I'm on the edge of that chair, back is to you again, and hands go up, they drive down, right? Elbows into that rib cage, and now I'm going to put my hands behind my head, right? You can interlock them, you can keep them to the side, but you want to be behind the head. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just roll forward duck my head, so my head is going to flex, and then it's going to extend. Flex down, and then I'm going to extend back. So again, it's kind of like I'm rolling that back, and then I'm rolling that back towards you. So I'm concaving, and then I'm convexing. Concave and convex. You got it. There we go. How's that feel? You should be really trying to pull, squeeze the chest as you round the back, and now you're unrounding that back, and you're squeezing the scapula, and you're trying to pull the scapula back at the rhomboid region. So you're trying to squeeze back through here. That's number 2. So you start it up, you pull down, you take those hands behind you, and you roll in through it, right? From that rolling through, I'm going to show you going to that third maneuver. Straight on up, drive on down, right? Bring them behind, roll them through, drive them like that, and now flex them through like that. There you go. Squeeze the scapula, fly forward. Squeeze, fly. Squeeze, and then fly, and you got your squeeze and your fly. So again, this is going to hit some of that rear delt. It's going to hit some of that rotator as well. And again, it's going to help unloosen that chest and take away from that tightness and help reduce some of that pain and tension on the traps as well. Let's do one more. Bam. And I know I'm talking away from the camera, so hopefully you're getting it all. You're getting your hydration. You're getting some Bentley. You're getting some Lincoln. You're getting some me as well. That's number 3. So we get that full extension. Drive those elbows into the rib cage, right? And then you're going to go to interlock the hands, drop, pull back, and then you're going to go into that fly, and then we're going to take those arms behind us for that 4th one. And this is the last one, and this is probably going to be a 2-part series because the next one kind of be on the ground a little bit to do some of those exercises to try to engage that scapula a little bit. So, straight on up, let's go, right? Drive those elbows down into that rib cage. Pull those hands behind the head. Roll and dip the head in a flexing position. Come on back, right? Squeeze. Come on forward. And then drop those hands behind, right? Like that. You got it. You can interlock them. You can hold them like this. And now you're going to just roll and roll back. Right? Nice good squeeze. You're going to feel that on your shoulders, especially in the anterior part of the shoulder. You're going to feel that right through here on the anterior part of the shoulder. But again, you're working on that scapular retraction. So as I bend and roll, I'm also getting nice and tall and pulling those shoulders back with the scapula, trying to drive those elbows together. So roll and then back with it. Roll. And again, if you're in a wheelchair at home or a chair, you're going to have to sit up on the edge of that chair to do this exercise. Again, you can include the standing position. Hopefully I'm coming over loud and clear with what I'm doing. But you got 4 different exercises. All right, I'll review those 4 different exercises as I move to the front on this ottoman so that you can see them from the front. So there's 4 different exercises. You're reaching up, right? Drive those elbows down into that rib cage. You got it. Squeezing those scapula nice and tall. Take those hands behind the head. Roll down and roll back, right? Come forward. Come on back, drop those behind hands, go like that, roll back, roll forward, roll back. 4 different exercises just for you at home. Start your day off, and I'm telling you what, you're going to have some anti-aging impacts and effects of it as well. Peace, my friends. See you on the flip side.